Datura is a horse of a different color. I don't consider it a true hallucinogen. I would classify it as a deliriant. I know that it's very big in magic, and I understand why, because it's a confusant. And magic depends on confusion. Even stage magic depends on a certain confusion. You're looking in the wrong place and so forth. And what Datura does, it's very hard to keep control of it. It erodes the core processes of the self so that you lose track of who you are, where you are, what exactly has happened. I took Datura several times in Nepal and had very strange experiences. I mean, they're not like other psychedelic experiences. I remember sitting in my little room in Bodhanath on the 3rd floor, and I had an open window. And I was sitting there alone, waiting for this stuff to come on, and then my mind would wander, and I would think, it's not working, it's just some kind of, it's crap, it's not working. And then I would kind of lose attention, and these literally ghost-like forms, wraiths, would come floating in my window like in a cartoon, and they were carrying large sheets of newsprint. And they would release this newsprint, and it would flutter down across the room and like land across my lap. And I would fall forward and be reading these stories. And as I read, I would realize, this is it. This is the answer. This is the... And I would like pull out of it, and then I say, it's not working. When I took Datura, I had reality distorting strange. And if I had been a personality of a different sort, I might have followed it deeper, but it appeared to me to be ambiguous and evil. Not evil, maybe evil. What happened to me was, this was in Nepal years and years ago. Nepali shamanism is based in part on Datura, the taking of the seed capsules. An English friend of mine who had the room next to mine took it, and I took it in my room. And it was a situation where, to get to the facilities, I had to walk through his room. And he and I were friends, but we had a very slight rivalry going for the attention of a woman. And I think this woman was not aware that either of us was interested in her, but we were both aware that the other one was aware. And midway through my trip, I decided I had to go to the bathroom, and so I stepped through into this guy's room, and they were in bed together, having sex. And I guess I went outside, and then the next morning, after sleeping many hours, I encountered the guy, and I said, how was your trip? And he said, it was wonderful. And I said, yes, well, I saw. And he said, what did you see? And I said, well, I saw that you were with Julieta. And he said, I thought so too. But she wasn't there. And so, what conclusion do we draw from this? That this stuff is, well, I'll tell you what took me off it finally was about a week later, there seemed to be a rash of this Datura taking moving through the traveler community there in this little Nepali village where I lived. And about a week later, I was buying tomatoes in the market, and I encountered a different person, but this English friend of mine. And he told me he'd been taking a lot of Datura. And I said, oh, well, that's interesting. I took it. I don't think I'll be taking it again. And as the conversation developed, I realized he thought we were in his apartment. And we were not. We were in the market. And, this tells you It's time to dry out.